Hi all, and welcome to week 3. This week you will be seeing some samples of literacy narratives, and then you will be outlining and actually writing your literacy narratives. This one you won't actually have any discussions that you have to do. Instead, you will just be working on actually making your first paper for the class. So first thing you're going to do is here where it says literacy narrative sample quiz, I've included 2 samples. These are former students of mine who both made A's in the class, and both of these are longer than the literacy narratives you guys will be writing. Yours will only be 500 to 750 words. These are both over 1,000, I believe. But both of them are very good examples that use good details, that have a good arc to them, showing a beginning, a middle, and end. So read over both of those and then answer down at the bottom these questions about both of them. You should have no trouble being able to answer these. The next thing that you'll do here is it says literacy narrative outline. This is where you will start off with a very basic skeleton for your paper, which will help you take this and turn it into a complete story. Most of the time, these papers have a 5-paragraph structure. You can use more or less if you want to, but generally these papers, you'll start off with an introduction where you set the scene and establish who your characters are. Who are the people in your story? When does it take place? What's going on in their life? Part 2, a description of the complication, where you're going to explain what your problem is, where you're going to encounter that problem for the first time and probably show how frustrating and difficult it is. Part 3, you're going to evaluate the complications. So you're going to sort out how you're going to deal with whatever your problem is. Part 4 is your resolution. That's where you actually solve your problem, where you face whatever it is that's an issue for you. And then part 5 is where you will learn from that experience, and you'll show us how you applied the work ethic and skills and stuff that you gained from this in your actual life. So first thing you'll do from that is you'll just make a very brief outline where you cover what you were actually just the very basic beats of your story. And then from there, you'll start filling in the blanks and adding more and more details. And once you have a really strong outline like this one down here, you'll go on to actually writing your literacy narrative. And here you'll see the same samples that you saw before and the same assignment sheet that you saw before, and just down here in the text box at the very bottom, you're going to go ahead and actually write out your full literacy narrative. There's some helpful tips and stuff on here and some other guidelines to follow. Make sure you read over this before you get started. So all of that, I believe, is due by Friday. And that is so that you have time on Saturday and Sunday to work on your personal research. So this is a short segue into the research section that will start next week. And in this part, you can just watch this video. It'll explain to you what to do. Basically, you're just going to talk about a time when you had to do research outside of school. Maybe you had to find movie tickets. Maybe you had to decide where to go to college. And take us through all the steps that you went through for that. All right, guys. Good luck on your literacy narratives. I will grade these as fast as I can, and sometime next week I will give you a feedback video explaining some of the major things that came up for the class that were issues over and over again. I will also put feedback on the actual draft you turn in, and you'll be able to see it and write your rewrites from there. All right. Good luck, everyone. Email me if you have any questions about what to do. I'll see you in week 4.